What up, my freaks? RuinouSinsight here with part 14 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Belegar Ironhammer campaign. So as we saw last time, we have begun to be stretched a little thin as our empire has spread out all the way from the vaults to Karak Eight Peaks and all the way north to the northern World's Edge Mountains as we have confederated Zufbar. There are way too many fronts and way too many enemies right now, and we really need to shore some of these up. I think even if it were to cost us Xerxil, we really need Grimly to march on Skavenblight, which is probably a good thing that we did move him up to Karak Bufdar last episode, though I still consider that to be something of a mistake. That really could have hurt if it wasn't Ikit and his garbage little Skaven army, if we had run into random army belonging to the Pirates of Sartosa. That could have really been bad. I need to be a little bit more cautious when moving around in underway stance next to enemy territories. But anyway, on to Skavenblight we go, though actually, speaking of Skavenblight, I did start to get a couple of miners to round out this army a little bit, but maybe that's not the way to go. It's going to cost us, but I think we need a grudge thrower here, and you know what, let's put a bolt thrower in here as well. Mostly just to test it, but maybe this army will be using some bolt throwers, because this guy's name is Quarrel Seeker, and frankly the bolt throwers are essentially big crossbows, so if anybody's going to test them out a little bit, it's probably going to be him. I still think they're going to be absolute useless trash, but you never know. You never know. I mean, in terms of their cost, they're actually cheaper than, well, they're considerably cheaper than Rangers, but actually technically so are Grudge Throwers, which is a little bit surprising, but Grudge Throwers are about on par in terms of cost with Rangers. So yeah, there is a parity of capability there. But anyway, I digress. This army is going to be full shortly, and then we shall march. We also maybe want to heal up a little bit more than we currently are, and I have been thinking about going after the Shield of Defiance for Belegar. He is kind of in the middle of a bunch of Skaven territories, however, it may still be better to do so as Gradnar Copperpot, after that fight against Skarsnik last episode where he got very badly damaged with his Pyrrhic victory and still needs to destroy this army. He's really going to need the extra heals, especially if we're going to relieve Karak Draj, which is in trouble right now with its basically non-existent garrison. That's gonna be iffy. Alrighty, well, I guess we can start off. Oh, you know what I also wanted to do? That reminds me, Master Engineer, Ancestral Blood Morgrim. Oh, 350 gold per turn, though. I mean, if we do the fight for the Shield of Defiance this turn, we'll get 5,000 gold. So I guess we could do this right now. 350 per turn is steep. And I'm still not sure whether to send the engineer to Grimly or to send it to Belegar himself, who would still benefit from it quite a bit. I mean, I suppose we need one engineer in Grimly's army as well. So for now, we could set him there and replace this basic miner. And obviously, he's not going to have just a pile of rangers. We're just building this because it's really the only thing that he has access to other than basic miners. And there's no way that he's taking Skavenblight without them. Yeah, alright, fine. We're gonna spend the money here. We need to push out, and we need to shore up our borders. At least Skavenblight would be able to hold the pass here, and then we wouldn't have to hopefully worry about those guys. Engineer, while you're here, let's get you. Where are we? Student, and let's get you Archivist. Was student a bug? Was this a bug? Are we supposed to only actually receive Archivists? Huh. It's a little bit odd that we have a student in the first place. Because this is clearly a manling, not a dwarfen ancillary. I think we're just supposed to get Archivists, but hey, who am I to complain for an extra little bit of research? Also, you have a point that you start off with, but I guess we'll probably have to just go straight into break open the casks, or maybe increase mobility. Nah, then again, Rangers do have ammunition problems. Which is good because you have the Ancestral Blood Morgrim. But anyway, you're gonna start moving this way toward Grimly, though you'll probably not reach him until his battle begins. Next up, What do we have? Belegar, you could move out. We should also probably move retinue here. And oh, speaking of retinue, it doesn't do much right now, but we probably could give him the archivist. Although he might level up doing something. Can he do anything here? He can assault the garrison, but I'd rather not pay 531 money for it. That's a little bit too steep. You know what? Let's take Gradnar here out to take out Grudshod, and then we'll move afterwards. So, let's get the points assigned. You can get the Rune of Wrath and Ruin, even though you're not actually supposed to be following the lords around. You can do so temporarily, Mr. Runesmith. And then the Thane, you can do the same. You can have, I guess, hard to hit. I mean, there's nothing really that you can get that would benefit the army all that much. Or we can just keep going through Specialist for you, but we're mostly using you for Ancestral Blood Grugny, but, you know, hard to hit for now. Alrighty, let's hit this. Hopefully we can destroy it without any further casualties. The annoyance, once again, will be the fact that we can't see most of the army, but maybe if we put the Thane out front and have the Thane basically just tank stuff for us, or find stuff for us, rather. Most of our range units can take care of the enemy. Alright, there's a nice little plateau/cliff thing here that we could deploy towards, or maybe this one, and depending on how distant the enemy army is, because we can just start throwing grudges at them. Speaking of grudges, we do have a lot of grudges piling up already. It does give us, or has given us access to a couple of Giant Slayers, should we need them. But nonetheless, it is somewhat concerning. Let us move... Oh, okay, you are in range from here. Beautiful, this is actually a pretty nice location. Let's do that. And then we will put you, Mr. Thane, and you, Runesmith, out front. I doubt that you're going to die, but let's put the Runesmith a little bit behind you. And then ranged units like so, so, and so. I said so. Game. Thank you. Like so. Alrighty, miners and blasting charges that have decent amounts of HP out front like this. We got you maybe on the flanks. And we got you two behind here, just in case the cavalry comes this way. And then you two that are hurt maybe on this flank. They do have pump wagons and stuff, which we will have to watch out for. We can countercharge those with the Thane as well. Alrighty, looks good to me. Start battle and speed it up. The mechs, let's move the Thane out here until he gets found out. Alright. Alright, move back. Alright, you guys are not hitting the... stop, ignore the pump wagons, damn it. Oh, it's a waste of our time. Alright, there's that enemy lord. Oh, I should have allowed the Thunderers to fire on him, like so. And you guys can turn off skirmish mode. Poor Thane. Yep. Dodge him. Or actually, if you keep him still, he should die very quickly like this. Keep him still. Don't let him move. Alright, we've sighted the enemy. And we can now switch you. Ranged units. Alright, the Lord should be dead. You get ready with a Rune of Oath and Steel to protect our units here. And like so, what is this? I have more miners out here, right? That's fine. Enemy Lord done for. Good, good, good. And Thane, you are still identifying units. Good. You don't need to pop that explosive rune. You guys need to check your blasting charges. It's gonna be too late, isn't it? Alright, check them here. And oh wow, there's more over on this side. That's a little bit concerning. At least the Thane is doing good work. You guys go for those nasty skulkers. You guys get ready to check your mines. Alright, and let's pop a Rune of Wrath and Ruin right here. Come on, come on, come on, don't screw that up. Alright, we really need to switch directions here. Pump wagons are coming in. Alright, looks like that Rune of Wrath and Ruin made it, and hopefully the rest of the units are pretty much screwed. You don't check the blasting charges at your own units, please, just go for pump wagons. Let's go for the Hammer of Drage on said pump wagons, and the Salt of Stone right there. Alright, good, back off. Alright, you guys, switch targets on the units that are still firing. Good, you're targeting the pump wagons, you're targeting these units, and the battle should be just about over. You can back off. Let's pop a Rune of Speed on you. On all of you. Thane, go for the Patriarch, and... All of you just need to destroy the pump wagons now. Alright. You're targeting them? Good. And speed it up to max and the battle's over. Beautiful. Probably could have actually swapped over a healing potion onto Gradnar to heal him up over this, but that's okay. The army is destroyed either way, it makes no difference. Slight losses, but, you know, considering the fact that the army was hidden, that's hardly surprising. If it wasn't, we'd have done better. Not like 25 losses is all that big of a deal, it's more so the fact that we really need to get to Karak Eight. We're not going to be in good shape when we get there, but at least we'll have the garrison to hide behind, in the sense that we'll just use the garrison units out front and then have the ranged units and deal with the enemy otherwise. Alright, nice job. We get a little bit of... on the one hand, we are spending a lot of money right now. On the other hand, we have huge public order problems because of the Confederation with Zufbar for 4 more turns. On the other hand, you're not technically in our own territory right now, so this would waste half of this buff. Which means we gotta go with Execute and Loot. Oh well. Alright, that's one army out, and I just want to point out that these guys basically crossed, I don't know exactly where from, but they crossed all of these territories and Karak Drawn, all of which they were at war with, to go all the way here. The player bias, though, considering that they're at war with both of these dwarven factions, just ignored them completely. It's really too bad we can't heal in Barak Var's territory. They won't go for a defensive alliance. I guess that's what I get for not accepting their defensive alliance earlier. Oh well. Also, you didn't get a student or an archivist. Damn. Oh well, isn't that a shame? But what can you do once again? Lord of the Deeps is for fighting Skaven, so that probably won't help you all that much. I already have Axe Lord for buffing miners, dwarf warriors, and longbeards. Let's put another point in Rune of Oath and Steel, I guess. I'm tempted to get Obstinacy as well, but when... It probably doesn't matter nearly as much right now as the runes. Because most likely these battles are probably going to be short and we won't feel the effects of Vigor all that much. Anyway, Retinue, you're gonna move forward. Then, let's see what else we gotta do. So, we need a public order fix. First of all, Karakazor, we're gonna have to uncollect the income for a turn. You are now +3. We want to build this mine thing here as well. 1,500 to double the money that you generate? Yeah, we should do that. You are probably not worth it. Not for 50 extra gold a turn. Alright, now you're generating +7 gold. You are at -10. That's a little bit steep. -6 with our lord there, but at minus... I don't want to not collect the income. You're at -4. Ooh, but you're also nearly at 175. Damn. You know what? I think for a turn or so... We have to not collect the income. We only have 2 turns until we fix the situation, because High King's Authority will make it so that it's not so bad. Granted, this will mean we basically generate no income for a turn, but I don't see much of a choice in the matter. Because if it goes to negative, we'll get to control -1 for all provinces. And that's just not worth the risk. I think you can collect income for another turn, though. I think we'll keep you as you are. Alrighty. You can still continue recruiting. You are in Venerate the Ancestors. What are you in? Still Venerate the Ancestors. We're doing okay here, because we have Lords in Valea's Will. We probably need more Lords in Valea's Will. We have we have a bunch of Lords that could be in each and every province. Really, you want to lord a regular Dwarf Lord in every province, but we're waiting for more Dwarf Lords to come up that give us extra research. Or rather than just random ones. What was our research at, by the way? 195, it's not so bad. Alrighty, Belegar. Is it time to now hit the Shield of Defiance battle for that extra healing? You might not need it. Although, if we hit the Crooked Fang Fort, for example, if we auto-resolve Crooked Fang Fort, you'd probably get fairly badly damaged. And you could make use of the extra healing to counterbalance that, depending on how much healing you actually get out of this. Alright, you know what? Let's do it. I'm gonna go here. We're gonna go for objectives. enemy details. I don't know what the enemy reinforcements are, and once again, damn all those night goblins and their damn stock, and the way that they counter our ranged lines, but oh well. And we gotta do this right now. Teleport to battle, yes? 500 gold. But we'll get 4.5k in reward, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. Yes. We should also give this a quick read, because I didn't before. So, an orc war boss has taken Dowie he had found imprisoned deep under Black Crag, and all but forgotten by their jailer, Gorfang Rotgut. The war boss stole away the dwarf captives and under enslavement forced them to dig new passages within the underway, secret to all but his own rabble of filthy orcs. Belegar is outraged. He at once recognizes the captive Dowie as kin, fine folk taken from Karak Eight in a raid years past. This is a fell deed that demands vengeance. However, Ironhammer knows it is not a grudge he can right on its own. King Cazador of Karak Eight still broods on this outrage, and so must be informed at once. Belegar doesn't hesitate and sends his shield as his oath. Swell. Alright. Shield of Defiance, here we go, and we get a little bit of reinforcements. Oh, lovely. They can take hits for us depending on when they come in onto the battlefield. There are some trolls, as well as a decent amount of squigs that will come in, which we will have to watch out for charges, especially as there's a decent likelihood that they'll hit us from the sides, but otherwise, reasonably confident here.
Yes, my kin, today is a great day. Today, we kill Urks. Today is vengeance. Even now, a throng from Karak Eight approaches the green filth from the rear. We are honored to drink the orcs from the front. Let them face our might. Let them see what Dowie of the Angrund clan are made of.
Alrighty, well, here we go. Looks like a pretty interesting setup as far as quest battles go. We're gonna get those Zufbar 42-pounders firing right away, but the interesting part is that the enemy army is sandwiched between ours and this little army here, which has grudge throwers, bolt throwers, and more bolt throwers. Oh, I guess we will be able to see how much damage the bolt throwers of our allies do compared to their grudge throwers, if nothing else. But the bolt throwers are tier 1, so I still don't expect anything close to the same kind of performance. Also, I do wonder whether they will be firing at the enemy lord. Either way, with the enemy army right in the center here, I do wonder how it'll react. They don't appear to actually want to move forward and are going to allow us to bombard them, which is perfectly fine, especially for our exploding grudge thrower. Ah, there we go. Come on, try to fire right into that mass of enemies there. And I take it our allies are firing? Yeah, the bolt throwers got 4 kills, the grudge throwers have 4 kills. They're even now. Though, I guess the grudge thrower has done a little bit more damage. Now, in terms of what we're doing, we are going to keep back, or at least to some degree. I was thinking we draw the enemy army towards us, but it doesn't look like they're going to march forward as yet. So, at the very least, we will march our Thane together with our Runesmith forward, the Thane to guard the Runesmith, while the Runesmith gets ready to cast a Rune of Wrath and Ruin in the middle of this blob of enemies. Unfortunately for our allies, they are going to get sandwiched between enemy armies themselves as enemy reinforcements have arrived and hit them in the back. Oh well, not really our problem at the current time. And it looks like we have managed to annoy the enemy army to some degree, maybe. Or maybe not. It looked for a second like they were going to march forward, but hey, more work for our grudge throwers. Can't complain too much. Alrighty, we're going to shadow some of the enemy units. We are revealing these Night Goblin archers, who will hopefully soon start taking hits. There we go, from our rangers. And this is one of the reasons that we wanted to put units forward as well. Alrighty, well, those Night Goblin archers aren't going to achieve anything because they are outranged by the Rangers and will shortly be destroyed, probably by the first line firing at them before they even get further. A Ruby Ring of Ruin attack comes in from our Thane, then followed up by a nice Rune of Wrath and Ruin, though it didn't look like it killed that many troops. It did seem to have done damage. And there we go, now the enemy is somewhat in range, our Rangers and our Grudge Throwers working on him, and this looks pretty horrifying for the Greenskins. Unfortunately for them, they're also not advancing their entire army forward, or rather having split it to attack our allies, which means those that are attacking us just don't have the numbers to get to our battle line. Though with the possible exception of this one unit of Goblin Wolf Raiders, which nope, it got countercharged by Belegar and got stopped and killed instantly. So never mind. Alrighty, keep it up. It looks like oh man, the stagger on these units looks funny. They just get so riddled with those quarrels that they basically can't move. Alright, and a couple more units moving in, but I think we can just ignore these and start marching the rest of our army forward. I was hoping not to have to do that, but by the looks of it, our ally is quite in trouble here. And it does look like his Grudge Throwers and Bolt Throwers did get engaged. And I see the Bolt Throwers, but I guess the Grudge Throwers ran away or got destroyed. Damn. Well, we'll make our own comparison when we get to Skaven Blight. In the meantime, I guess we could watch our friends fight here at least a little bit. Enemy war bosses on his Wyvern, ripping some basic Dwarf Warriors apart, which are, let's see, 45 melee defense, not very buffed. And we're rushing forward. Our Ghost units are moving up ahead of everybody else, and our Grudge Throwers are able to provide some support fire even at this distance, but it is still, we're still a ways away, and the Dowie don't move particularly fast. So we'll see if our ally will be alive by then. There is still a circle of dwarfs surrounded by a circle of enemies. But they're in pretty dire straits. The enemy lord is in the middle of the dwarven defenders now, and here come the trolls as well to add some splash damage to all that. Unfortunately for us though, even as we approach the enemy and our army moves forward, more enemies arrive on the field. Goblins, squig hoppers, and orc boys aplenty, which means we're about to get hit from several sides ourselves. I guess this is just one of those kinds of battles where everybody's getting hit from various directions. I did also keep the Companions of the Hall and the Ekron Miners back to guard our Goblobbers and our regular Grudge Throwers, because I had absolutely no idea where the enemy reinforcements were coming from, and for all I knew they could come here, so we don't have the melee units to rely on. Only our ghosts. Alrighty, well, they will at least see off one unit of Night Goblins here, but it looks like there's just too many enemy cav for us to stop easily. But it does look like a decent amount of them will charge at our Thane here, or Thanes, or is this our Thane and the Rune Lord? Runesmith, rather. Either way, this was a bad idea on their part. They should have charged more units into our Rangers, like they're doing over on this side, but at least they're doing well. Belegar is also in the middle of this, and we did buff up both of these Rangers with the Mighty Oathstone here, so at 73 melee defense, that's pretty darn good against Orc Boys and Squig Herds, whose melee attack are reasonably low, and by comparison. We're also going to pop up that Rune of Oath and Steel, popping our melee defense up to a further 95, or to a further 83, and her armor to 95, so these guys should be able to hold. And over on this side, it looks like the enemy has failed, mostly because they decided to foolishly attack our Thanes. Lovely. And maybe just Rangers defending in melee, but they're doing okay. When we have Bugmans, this won't even be effective from the enemies at all. And honestly, with the buffs our Rangers currently have to their melee, they're probably just as, if not more, effective in melee than Dwarf Warriors are, so there really isn't any point to building Dwarf Warriors in its current, in our current state. We're probably still better off building Longbeards when occasionally needing a melee line in various armies, but Dwarf Warriors, by the looks of it, are probably out. Anyway, the enemy lord has come in to lead his forces. He doesn't have magical attacks, but he is going to try to go after our engineer. Good luck with that, my friend, especially with 3 or 4 units of Rangers focusing you down. A couple volleys and you're going to be out of there. He is, however, disrupting our formation of defending rangers, so we do have to be careful about that. We even popped a Rune of Negation as well as Entrenchment on them, so these guys have 40% damage resistance and 20% physical resistance on top of all of that, so they're not getting too badly damaged. I do love all the essentially counter runes and buffs that we can do when the enemy charges us, which makes it really great for the rangers in particular, as even when the enemy does get in melee, we have so many buffs on them that we can activate suddenly that these guys just become pretty insane in melee as well. We can get their defenses basically as strong as Ironbreakers for like 30 to 40 seconds. And that's usually quite a decent amount of time for the other rangers in the back lines to do range damage. Speaking of doing range damage, looks like some trolls have decided to try to rush towards their allies and help them out, but all of the reinforcements that came from the side of the map are done, and the trolls being focused down are out as well. We're kind of ignoring the orc boys at this point in favor of the, well, somewhat, in favor of the trolls, but it looks like the trolls are by and large done for, and the rest of the army is shattering. And well, there's still one enemy unit fighting, but our own allies with the Longbeards that I was talking about are still fighting as well. Their army nearly got destroyed, and I guess a bunch of them did run off the field, but I do like the fact that we did manage to get them to survive. I feel like there was a quest a long time ago that I'm vaguely remembering where you have to essentially prevent your allies from dying. And it's just like an escort quest. Those are really irritating because, well, you can't expect your ally to do a good job. Anyway, with that, a last unit gets seen off by our allied Longbeards, and we're good. Beautiful. Decisive victory. Doesn't look like we got all that much damage. Our single unit of rangers got hit the hardest. That was in the center of our line, but I think it lost like 15 units or something like that, and should be able to heal to full. And either way, we are going to just be able to move them to the back line for the next battle and allow another ranger unit to move forward, so I don't think it'll make much of a difference. And then we can heal up at the next territory anyway. Shield of Defiance, so let's see about the buffs we get, including the +8 armor. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. Even our little ally force managed to somewhat survive, so I'm pretty happy with that result. We're gonna take the money. I guess we don't really need the extra control in the current territory. While Belegar is here, because he's providing a lot of control to this place in the first place, and this is a border territory where we're likely to lose settlements anyway, and plus we're gonna have money troubles next turn as we recruit stuff and we don't collect income from various locations. Plus a little bit of extra oath gold is never a bad thing to have. Execute and loot. Alrighty, hey, we got a student in, huh? So we do get students and archivists, and an archivist. That's interesting. It is very interesting, but hey, there we go. Shield of Defiance for Belegar, which means that his armor of something can go to somebody else. And what is this? And the Bugman's Grudge. Win 3 battles against the following race, current total 3 greenskins. Hey, we got more gold out of that. We're up to 15k. Very nice. Okay, we actually did need that. We did give this a read, though, at some point. Yeah, I remember this. Alright. Yes, thank you for that. Shield of Defiance, lovely, and the casualty replenishment rate. A wrong put right celebration. One of the oldest entries in the Dwarfhold's Book of Grudges has been struck out. A great feast. Oh, control +3 all provinces. Oh man, am I glad we did that. I hadn't even considered that. Huh, I remember before we got a wrong put right, but it was only positive control in one province, and I was annoyed about the fact that there was negative control in every province, conversely, but yeah, that really helps. We really needed that. This is going to counteract the Confederation control reduction. Beautiful. And in fact, with that, let's see, we're at -2 here, we are at +10 here, so we'd be at 0 if we don't collect the income. Or if we do collect the income. And I think that's fine. 0 is fine. We are at 70, and we won't be going into 75, and yes, we're a little bit making a little bit less money here, but we don't want the money to be negative right now. You have to continue not collecting the income, though. We could move Constructor Furrowbrow in this territory. And the reason that yeah, this would make it +1. It will make you -6, rather, but we can take that for a turn. And then after 2 turns, this will fix that situation. What should I do? Like, we should also probably, okay, well, you do a lot of, like, bonuses for buildings and stuff. Yeah, I was thinking about giving you the Archivist and stuff. We should probably give those to lords that are unlikely to be leveling. So Constructor Morgrimel is a good holder of these. Because, let's see, oh, you can't actually use students. Huh. Okay, interesting. So we have to give those to runesmiths, I take it? Or rune lords? Rune lords and runesmiths? Is that the way to go? Okay, what about retinue? Didn't we give some to retinue earlier? I feel like we did. You currently have... No, you do not. Can you get Archivist and students? Yes, alright, so you can take the Archivist from... Oh, we gave them to Gilbert Ironforge. We'll take the Archivist from you, Mr. Retinue. And, what if Retinue gets assassinated? He's not immortal. If he gets assassinated, does that mean that we lose the Archivist and the student? That'd be unfortunate. Well, hold on to them for now. Because once again, you're probably unlikely to be leveling in the near future. There are an uncomfortable amount of enemy heroes near you, though. Hopefully they go for Balthazar Gelt instead, who can take hits for us. Yeah. I guess these guys aren't likely to level right now either, but they will eventually, so we do need to keep an eye on them. Next up, let's actually check all of our provinces for control problems. We're collecting money everywhere for a turn. And yeah, we could do this to get the public order back to where it needs to be, but here's the thing. The public order will fix itself eventually anyway, as after the Confederation debuff is gone, and we have High King's authority to get another +2, we'll be positive everywhere. So I feel like there's no need to do this now, it's just a short delay essentially, until it fixes itself. You just gotta make sure that nowhere is about to hit -75. Eastern Border Princes is the closest place. It does generate less money than the vaults, though, so maybe we cancel the upkeep here? -6 at -15. Alright, fine. Don't collect the income in this one place, then. A little bit of extra growth can be a bad thing here, either. And I guess we could upgrade Karak Angazar while we're here. You, go here for a second, and upgrade Karak Angazar for relatively cheap. And we can get... Okay, I'm not paying for that goat farm right now, but let's get that brine mine. 1.7k ain't too bad. And back here you go. Lovely. I'd love to upgrade these, but at 2,600, that's a little bit on the expensive side. Though it might not actually be worth it to get Constructor Furrowbrow out of Valea's will, just to jump there to reduce this. I mean, he's going to save us what? 10% and another 5%. So he's gonna save us 15%. Not crazy. Okay, maybe closer to 20%, depending on if there's any other other reductions that I'm missing. This is 2,600. Yeah, just upgrade it. Just leave it as it is. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. And we want to upgrade the. We want to get a deep mine at Karak Hearn as well, so and get more money making. We also... Wait, Zufbar, what's the cost here on the iron smelter? 3k. You know what, I think we'll hold off on that for now. We can, however, put Alaric Get Gold outside the settlement, and into Valais as well. It'll be a little bit less money, but this place is very positive in terms of growth. Wait, actually, just out of curiosity... Oh! We should get more... It's more positive due to the military presence. Never mind. Just stay there then. Cazador Dragonslayer. The King of Karak Azul. What trait do you have again? You have Ancestral Blood Gazul, so yeah, alright. Oh, what is this? The Thunderhorn. A blast of Cazador's mighty horn inspires his Dowie allies, and sows dismay among his enemies. So he causes terror when fighting greenskins and Skaven, but he has the ancestral blood of Gazul for fighting vampire cans. This is a little bit unfortunate. I do wish that he had a different type of ancestral blood, but I guess this is random. The Thunderhorn, I guess, is a special ability for the King of Karak Azul, though. It's quite nice. Melee attack when fighting against greenskins and Skaven. Well, I guess he's not going to be the lord that fights the undead for forever. I guess he could be a generalist lord for fighting these guys and these guys. Also, before I forget, you let's you trade agreement, eh? What if we join war against, say, I don't know, Slaves of Tsar? 5.9, eh? Okay, maybe we can save that. What about the Red Eye? 0.8? Okay, that's a little better. Bone Rattlers? 1.9. Okay, yeah, we'll go for Red Eye then. They're right beside us, so they're probably going to... They're going to attack us anyway, there's no doubt about it, so... let's go with this. A little bit of extra trade.
Agreed.
Alright, which means a little bit of extra money. We should also double check... I think we did the diplomacy last episode. Okay, fine. We'll leave that alone for now. Alrighty, anything else that we need to do? Alaric's in a good place, Constructor Furbrow's in a good-ish place. Grimly Coil Seeker, I'm so happy about that celebration. Although we do still need to be careful, our grudge severity is a little bit higher than we would obviously like. Ooh, do we burn out the Undercity right now? It's so damn expensive. 3.2k. We're gonna have to do it eventually, that's the problem. Just screw it, just do it. Let's do it. Karak Undercity destroyed. I feel like you should get some kind of reward as the Dwarfs for destroying an Undercity. Also, before I forget, you get a couple miners with blasting charges. Let's get a little bit better defenses at Zufbar here. We don't need anything crazy because we do have defenses there and it is walled. And I guess Alaric Getgold can move over there if he needs to as well to relieve the place. Hopefully not in the same situation as Karak Duraz there. Anyway, who else? Retinue has moved, Gilbert has not moved, but wait, actually he can't move, so yeah. And everybody else is fine. So unless there's buildings to be built that are buildable for cheap, which we can't afford right now, we should really look mostly to... Pair of the guilds, yeah. We should really look mostly right now to upgrading main settlements. They're relatively cheap because of the upgrades we have, and they do all generate, or they do all give the ability to defend themselves quite a bit better. They also generate money, but they do so from the base level that they have. Also, Stone Mine Tower, we're going to replace you, or give a Scrat Mine to you. And we should probably do the same thing here. Delete this Trinket Maker and replace with another Scrat Mine. It's unfortunately a worse garrison, but we can get a decent amount of money flow here in Angrund out of all that. And we should probably get rid of the Sparring Chamber eventually, but honestly, every single place here is going to need a watch room, at least until we clear out the Exiles of Khorne and probably the Undead. Gotta make this place not under threat, and then we can switch. Dringo, Karaz, and Spitebeak, you can just hold on as you are. Yeah, alright, I guess we'll hold on to the rest of the money. We'll see what kind of money situation we have next turn. Belegar. I guess you're going to Crooked Fang Fort. Your healing actually isn't as much as I would have liked it, so I'm not entirely sure whether we should auto-resolve this. What are we looking at here? We may be better off to attack this manually.
True king of 8 peaks.
It'll take some time, but... might be worth our time. Let's get Oaths of Reclamation for you as well. We don't really care about the Oath Gold, but it is still a nice continuing buff. And then, assuming that we continue ignoring Gather the Old Clans, because I'm not sure we'll ever bother getting this. Like, yeah, the recruit ranks and stuff are fine, and so is the experience from units, but Belegar's army is already old, and it does have a lot of experience. Then again, I suppose when we get new Bugman's Rangers in here, we may need this. But for now, I think it's a waste of a point. Especially since we're not here and we can't take too many benefits from Tier 7 anyway, though we do have to start moving towards it. Let's get everybody else's skill ups before we attack, though. You have We Are the Elite maxed out. We can... I guess we start moving through Toughen Up just so that we can get Grimlock. Although Causes Fear, I am assuming Belegar already does cause fear. At least to Greenskin and Skaven's Leadership Aura and stuff. A melee defense for Belegar. Yeah, fine, let's get Toughen Up. This guy's already fairly tough, and he has Deadly Onslaught. And nothing else I think we have would benefit the rest of our and the rest of our force all that much. So let's do toughen up. And we're getting closer to this thing. Campaign movement range plus 10 for all armies faction wide. That will be just swell. We can keep getting rune stuff, or we could, let's see, Rune of Sanctuary, yada yada yada, Venerated, upkeep for the Runesmith, Heroes and Lord's Army, Rune of Valais is kind of meh. Armor piercing weapon damage plus 3, oh that's just swell. That is very swell. And physical and... you know what, I think maybe 1 point in these is good for now. I think maybe we want to go into Rune of Fate and... armor piercing weapon damage, old-fashioned tinkering, as fast as possible. Though it will take time to go through all these. Scarred Vet or full armor plate? I guess more benefits from armor while you're a ghost anyway. Ah, we don't have Rune of Oath and Steel maxed out though. Kind of don't like that very much. Extended increased damage, extended effective duration. Ooh, right, I forgot about this. Would we cast it over another rune though? I generally don't like the one unit affecting runes. Although the Rune of Negation still feels like it could be very useful. Especially on our ghost units. A little bit of everything is fine. Let's get Scarred Veteran for now. I think actually 113 is really not a lot of HP, even though it is a high value because of the physical resistance. Yeah, but this is also 15 armor. You know what, let's go half and half. We'll max both of these out eventually anyway. Makes no difference. You are going to go for, I believe we are the elite next. And we could start powering up you personally, I just don't really see the need. Yeah, let's get we are the elite for you, my friend, and then last but not least, our other Thane. I do believe you are going into toughen up as well, so that you can get sparring partner and power Belegar up further. Belegar, clearly this guy needs more stats. Actually, he does need more weapon strength, if anything, but yeah, alrighty, Belegar, away you go, buddy. Let's see what we're looking at here in terms of, it's a close victory, but it is medium casualties, and even with the current healing, these guys probably will get so damaged that they won't heal that much. It is a green territory, but as we saw, we weren't healing all that much in this green territory, and even with the casualty replenishment rate. Do we risk it? Maybe we should just risk it. Nah. Alright, let's just do this at max speed. Oh, and we do get this map. Alright, well, we like this map, so that'll work. Hopefully the towers don't do too much damage for us, but to us rather, but our rangers have stock, so they don't care. They take what they want. If we weren't surrounded by enemies, I would have auto-resolved this, but, you know, we're kind of in a situation right now. You, engineer, get near these guys. You guys stand out front. You can be not identified all the way here. You can approach once the towers are down. The rest of you can all stay back. Like so, and I guess you can be out front as well. Alrighty, towers need to be destroyed. Actually, you can probably get a better angle on those. Like so. Alright, start battle. And what's the range in the towers? It's nothing crazy. Oh, it makes me so nervous to see that our units are hidden. But they're in range of the thing. Alrighty, can Zufbar 42 Panthers hit on walls? No, they can't, which is really quite strange. If anything should be able to hit walls, it should be artillery pieces. Alright, next tower, a couple more to go. We should be able to outrange the Gabo archers up there as well. Where did the enemy build their towers? Alright, so there's one here, which is a frightening one, so we'll need to keep away from that. Which means we'll need to readjust you guys in your position to, let's say, here. The enemy tower has been destroyed, beautiful. Next. There's still a couple more over there, but I think we can start the siege before that. You guys can also move. Wait, not that far, though. This. And you guys can move in as well. Alright, keep it up. This is at max speed, of course. There we go, and do you guys want to break through the gates? Nah, you can just move here. Alrighty, I think you guys can start moving up now. Like so. Like so. And we'll move the engineer up as well. Where are you, NG? Here we go. Alright, get ready to start firing in. Oh, these guys are all moving at the same time? Well, 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 if it isn't some Zufbar 42 pounders right through your ranks. That tower's not in range, right? Can't tell if tower in range. Okay, good. Alrighty, and last tower on the field. You guys, engineer is in, and you know what? The enemy range units have moved away, so you're gonna move up, you're gonna move here, and you're gonna get ready to engineer power them up. Hopefully all of them. Like so, and fire away. Lovely. Other lords, other than the engineer, go for this. You can be all group 1. You guys can move in. The tower has been destroyed. That's the last tower. You guys hit that gate while you're at it. Actually, no, hit the wall. And another Zufbar 42 pounder maybe through this. Right there. Alright, I wanted to see whether the shots from the towers could bounce back, but alas, it doesn't look like they can. You guys move forward again. Nice, and how's that gate looking, or how's that wall looking? Oh, still alive. Wait, are we too close to this tower? Ooh, and a little bit close to that tower. Maybe move like so. And we should also do this, this, and let's say this, so you guys can switch your angles up. And especially far on range units that are in there. Alrighty, there's a Black Orc Big Boss in there. Ah, there we go, and we've moved up. Forward, march. Engineer, keep buffing everybody up. Very nice. Alright, how's those artillery pieces looking? And how's our lords? They don't actually probably need to break through this anymore, but actually, it seems like we're doing fairly decently at ripping the enemy apart with range right now. Hey, 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 how dare you fire back at us? You're not allowed to fight back. You die now. Alright, there we go. Alright, these guys will probably need to be told to stop firing in a few seconds so that they don't give chase to this unit of Orc Air boys, but I guess we could watch one unit get ripped apart by range before that, otherwise it might not be super interesting watching this at max speed. But it was necessary in my opinion to avoid the auto-resolve. Any damage on anybody? No, doesn't look like it, we're fine. And down go the arrow boys. You guys go up to these archers. You guys stop and then return to regular fire. Arrow boys are down. Gate is down, which means our melee troops can now move in. We're gonna go through the, not the gate, because we want to avoid that that big old tower. In fact, you guys go here first and then here. No, here first and then here. There you go. All right. Catapults, you're out of range, unfortunately, or out of ammunition. Enemies are out of lives. Pretty much. I'm actually surprised that they haven't chain routed yet. I guess they still have a decent amount of units in there. Well, the Lord Squad, or the Command Squad, should take care of business real quick. Keep moving up, guys, and let's get some Rangers inside the settlement. Just gotta watch out that the tower can't, well, arrange them. Alright, move. Pump those dwarfen legs. As I hear you like to do. I'm still so happy about that celebration, though, damn. You! Upper Rune of Wrath and Ruin, do we want to wait until these guys blob up? Maybe we want to wait until they blob up. Also, is there another tower in here? There is, but it's a tier 1 tower, so it's not, well, let's just say it's not that threatening. At least not as threatening. You. Nope, nope. Alright, outside, please. And we want to restock a little bit. Yeah, let's get some buffs to all of you as well. Hey, our melee units are here. No. There's an enemy here. Oh, that's not so great. You want to pop a Rune of Wrath. No, you want to pop a Rune of Oath and Steel on these two, like so. And then we want to put Entrenchment on you. There we go, so that you take the charge, but hopefully don't take too much damage. Companions of the Hall, away you go. You're needed. And you guys charge through this. Belegar, pop that. Mighty Oaths. Ah, you're not in range. Need to be a little bit closer. And the Boar Boys might damage our Rangers, and I don't like that. We're trying to not take damage, though the Rangers will heal up no matter the damage, I bet. Alright, charge, charge, charge. Alright, the boar boys are done. Honestly, we're probably taking a decent amount of damage from our own units. Okay, there we go. Those guys are out. Just as the companions of the hall get there. Alright, and back into it. I honestly thought this battle would be over by now. Well, just kill those orc biggins, and you pop that rune of flight, I guess. As soon as that unit moves up, there we go. And then the rune of flight as well, please. So, hopefully that doesn't damage too many of our own units. Let's pop this and this and this. I think the battle should be just about done. Is there anything able to come from this side? Yeah, let's put one unit here, one unit here. Actually, you know what? Just charge those Night Goblin archers. They're behaving a little bit weirdly, but whatever. And you know what? Let's leave the Angrund miners out of this. Huh, wait. Climb walls? Shouldn't you be able to directly attack walls? Oh, you have to actually switch them to melee attack. Interesting. Alright, well. You kill those ranged units. Rune of Wrath and Ruin right there. Not even overcast. Decent bit of damage, and I guess we watch these guys fight for the last few hits here. Can't believe the auto-resolve for this was medium casualties. We have such the range superiority. Alright, these guys are out. Where's that chain route and shattering? And looks like some enemy units are deciding to cross toward us. And oh, they've disappeared by virtue of being Night Goblin. So they'll reappear when they get closer to you. But it doesn't appear to matter as... I was about to say, as the enemy has chain routed, but not so much. Also, is that tower in range of us? No. They've reappeared, but not for long. Alright, everybody stay away from that tower. We'll send the command squad up here to take out that last unit of work boys. And let's move you up to capture this and also attack anybody. And I guess we can send another unit of rangers up. You restock this unit of rangers, you can go for it as well. Alrighty, who's still fighting? Night Gabos. Okay. Alright, rangers, attack Night Gabos. You guys can move up here, I guess. Move up here. Hey. Why are you guys running? Don't run. And we can go for a rune of... I don't know, open steel. Buff these guys up further. The armor does affect these guys, yes? Armor plus 25, yes it does, okay. I just wanted to make sure that the ghosts are indeed affected by it. Alrighty, well I'm imagining that once these two units are done, we'll finally have taken their place. We are getting attacked by the tower now. But these guys should heal up over the end turn, I imagine. Belegar must be enjoying this so much. This is probably a very nice vacation for him. He gets to kill orcs, he gets to kill Skaven. It's been very fun. There we go, and every hammer below lays, I don't know, 5 of them out. How do they have so much, what's it called? Leadership in order to continue fighting here. Alright, there we go, that unit is done. Now the chain route, yes? Yes, game, chain route? Maybe, please? Oh, there's probably other ones, we just can't see them. Oh, right, yeah, there's a decent amount up there. Alright, fine. Fine, game. I see how it is. Alright, companions of the hall, get in here. I thought that the battle was going to end sooner. But it is the lack of being able to see the enemy that did us in. Alright, the enemy lord got surrounded and ripped apart with hammers and axes in a few seconds. The fate of all goblins in the future. Alright, here comes some boar boys countercharging. It's actually nice to see the command squad work like this for a little bit. They haven't gotten to do this nearly as much in recent times, so it's it looks like a fun time for them. Let's pop a Rune of Wrath and run right in the middle of these boar boys. There we go, that probably did a decent amount of damage even if we can't see it. Alright, and away those guys go. Now is that the chain route? Yes it is. Very nice. Alright, well, we certainly did better than the auto-resolve, I'm willing to bet. Decisive victory. And 4 losses. Yeah, probably the one ranger unit that was under attack due to that one tower. But if we could auto-resolve, we would have lost at least half our army with medium casualties. And there is no way that these guys would have healed up. And if we get instantly attacked by like 4 Skaven stacks, well, I'm still reasonably confident we'd win, but who knows? What if Scarbrand's lurking nearby and is ready to do the same thing? And not worth the risk. With us stretched as thin as we are, we gotta squeeze the performance out of every single army. And every single individual. You heard me. Alrighty, Potion of Foolhardiness for ourselves. We're gonna occupy the place. And there we go, Crooked Fang Fort. Hey, another Archivist. Nice. And another Stonemason. We're getting these all over the place. We need to probably reassign those to some constructors or constructors' retinues. Province Security, Eastern Badlands. And we do have a clan barracks here, which we probably don't need, but it's fine. We're going to switch you to empower the guilds, because Belegar needs to move out of this territory next turn, assuming that he doesn't get attacked. I'm curious to see what Belegar or Balthazar Gelt will do. These guys could go for Dringo Karaz, which might be annoying, but we would be able to kill them instantly. But otherwise we do have the entire province. Alrighty, well, unfortunately with that we are out of time. We did get the Shield of Defiance. Our heal will be pretty good, but as we can see, these guys don't even heal to full with the bonuses, so we definitely would not have been able to and get as much value out of this if we had auto-resolved. Anyway, calling it here. Next time we have to travel toward Karak Draj as fast as we can go. I'm really hoping we don't end up losing it after retaking it. That would be dishonor on everybody. Otherwise, we will try to march towards Skavenblight as soon as we have the full army, which we will immediately next turn. We may even march stance, as risky as it is. I don't think a single Skaven army could destroy Grimly's army, so if we march to like here, and then we encamp stance to here, and then hit Skavenblight, maybe we can pull it off. Granted, Grimly is, well, he doesn't have a lot of buffs for his army, which means that the Rangers will have very low ammunition, but hopefully it'll be enough to take over a single settlement. Ideally, we'll be able to fight them outside the settlement rather than having to deal with the towers, but we'll have to see about that as well. Anyway, more Belegar to come. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.